Hey loser, it's been a while. After that occurrence, I'm wondering how you're doing right now. At the very least, it appears to me that you are leading a morally upright life, haha.
Sorry?
Look, unlike 5 years ago when you were homeless, you are now housed. That's development. I even caught you enjoying a cup of coffee the other day in that Starbucks beside the bus stop. Lisa, you need to stop drinking coffee right now and start saving money. You could ask for a glass of tap water in a restaurant if you're really that thirsty. Haha, it's free. Do not overreact just because you no longer reside on the streets. The only thing you still have is an overdrawn bank account. Do you not?
What would you like? You said you wouldn't text me again, didn't you?
I won't take it if you ignore me. All I wanted to do was catch up with you, haha. After 7 years, your one and only best buddy texted you. Why shouldn't you be joyful? Come on, I know you're not as cruel as you seem to be right now.
When you shattered my life, why should I be polite to you? I'll show you what it feels like to be beaten to death if you don't leave me alone.
Are you serious at this moment? Don't you dare tell me that you still have resentment toward me for making an approach to John? Haha. 7 years have passed. In addition, my kid would be in elementary school if I had one. So quit acting like a child and mature.
You don't even qualify as a human being if you're acting like a kid around here.
Pardon? Haha.
For taking my spouse from me, there is no way I can ever forgive you. We had been friends for a very long time. But back then, you ejected me from my own home without even pausing for a second. I'll never forget how it felt to pass the night on that park seat.
Well, John is solely responsible for all of this. After all, it was he who compelled you to sign the divorce documents. You were indeed thrown out by him as well. Funny. Anyway, I still have to smile to myself thinking about how you begged us at our door. What did you tell us? Please come back for our marriage. Don't you see your words have no value at all?
Exactly. Next to John, you made fun of me without showing any mercy. And all these years, you never even offered me an apology.
Sorry? Why should I apologize to an incompetent person who can't keep a husband like you? Yes, I am aware. However, why would I? I'll tell you what John said, you're just a housewife, he said. Therefore, there is no need to apologize to someone who is unable to support himself. He said that you are to blame for his infidelity. He's always found you to be so repulsive. You did not receive any divorce assets due to his tenacity and legal team. See, that's the reason I grabbed this guy.
Do you really feel so good about making other people suffer? You are fully aware that I have no family or relatives on whom I may rely. Every night, I sobbed my way to sleep on the streets in a cardboard box. I was informed that I could no longer pursue a fresh divorce asset split since 7 years had gone when I finally worked up the confidence to do so. As soon as those words reached my ears, my knees gave way, and I fell to the ground sobbing.
Life is unfair, I guess, hee hee. Anyway, I have nothing to do with what constitutes a view.
Excuse me?
All I know is that my hubby and I are going on the most amazing honeymoon ever, hee hee.
I'm hoping you and John can both maintain this mindset. I don't think the two of you can survive this long if I had to be absolutely honest with you.
I went above and above to lure the man, and I'm not foolish enough to end our relationship. Remember that he oversees a department in a global firm. He's my greatest chance, hee hee, to live the life of a wealthy housewife. Why do you even believe I touched him, after all?
So I assume you still don't understand what you did. I mean, how dare you text me if you have absolutely no intention of apologizing? You should be relieved that at this point, I couldn't care less about the two of you. I genuinely simply want to wish you well with John.
Hi, Lisa. Hello after a while. You appear to have finally ceased getting government assistance, according to what Naomi told me.
But seriously, what do you all need from me? I don't want to interact with you or Naomi in any way.
However, we are well acquainted. Do we not? I reached out to you because I'm concerned.
Me?
You aren't a hobo any longer, according to Naomi. Congrats. Anyway, have you found a new boyfriend for yourself yet? Are you wed or dating someone?
I'm not. Why do you ask so? Thanks to Naomi and you, marriage has now scarred me. I'm going to love being by myself from now on.
That is very sad, hee. Given that you are now divorced and destitute, your life will only grow worse and worse. With that stated, I'll help you out. I know a lot of really good guys.
I do not require your assistance.
You know, I've always felt a little bad for what you had to endure. You've been a stay-at-home wife ever since our wedding. So how will you get by in the coming days without a guy at your side? In other words, feel free to contact me if you have any questions. I'm not as rude as you would assume, hee.
Sorry? What are you mentioning to me?
What do you think of me setting you up on a blind date with one of my friends? Actually, he is also my boss. He's currently 50 years old, yet he's still unmarried, hee. You might get married to him to begin a new era in your life. In spite of the fact that he is almost 20 years older than you, the good news is that he is open to having a divorced lady as his wife.
I thought you'd hook me up with a guy who gave me a 10 out of 10. I never would have guessed that it was an elderly grandfather from work. But seriously, quit making fun of me. I'm not a toy for you and Naomi.
Even if my employer may not be the smartest person around, he is still my superior. He is the highest paid person as a result. He may also grant you all the freedom and comforts you desire. Are you certain you want to pass up this ideal chance to go from poverty to riches? You have my word that now is not the time to be fussy. Right now, you can't even put food on the table. Am I correct?
Making a fool out of someone like this is not acceptable. I did nothing wrong, nor did your supervisor. Being single is just great with us. The course we took had no drawbacks. I beg of you, please remove all of my contacts. Up till now, I've got enough of your poison. In addition, I will date or get married whenever I want to.
Hello, Lisa. Right now, look out your window at the sky. It's very beautiful, really. What a fantastic day for outdoor pleasure. Am I correct? Anyway, how are things going? Are you free today or tomorrow? Please let me know your availability so I may call you to arrange a girls' night out. Do you actually want to hang out right this second? I'm bored. We may simply return quickly before John finishes his task. But he often returns home between 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening.
Sorry? Why are you embarrassed to ask me out? You may live your life to the fullest without me. I have no issue with that.
You already know that one of the perks of being a housewife is having too much spare time every day. As a result, you learn to appreciate the simple things in life that you would ordinarily take for granted if you worked a 9-to-5 job. We hardly had time to converse last time, to be honest. You claim you don't want to interact with me anymore, but I can see you're simply having a temper tantrum. Come on, let's go shopping or something equally enjoyable. I scheduled a time to have my nails done. If you want, you may follow along.
I can't. I'm extremely working. I also dislike spending money that I didn't work for. I'm a human, not a parasite, but you are free to behave any way you choose. Additionally, I don't want to socialize with you. Birds of a feather gather in flocks. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Good. Do you happen to be working right now? Where exactly do you work? Don't say you work as a waitress at a restaurant or whatever. If that's the case, I apologize. If you have a job, I'm sure you can't wake up anytime you want as I can. With minimal salary, you also cannot afford to go to the beauty parlor 3 times each week. Also, it's likely that you must work quite hard every day in order to pay for accommodation. Do you even get weekends or holidays off? I mean, to keep off the streets, people at the bottom of society must labor 8 hours a day. Because of this, it is preferable to exercise common sense and marry into an affluent family, like I did.
Whatever you say, I agree. People go to work because they wish to achieve a variety of objectives in life on their own. On the other side, all you do is rely on others. You can never anticipate the future, that's for sure. Today's world is changing far too quickly. Personally, I think it's important to get ready for those changes. Therefore, if I lose my work, I also lose my financial security. I also don't want to rely on anybody else moving forward. I wish to be self-sufficient.
It's unfortunate that you will always live paycheck to paycheck, to be honest. How pitiful, huh? I guess I shouldn't have said that since it would make you even more envious of me. I'll tell you what, the balcony of my cottage has the nicest views of this field of sunflowers. You can never anticipate the future, that's for sure. Today's world is changing far too quickly. Personally, I think it's important to get ready for those changes. I realized as I looked back on my life that I had never worried about money in any way.
Cottage? Did you leave the home that John and I previously occupied?
Did you see that? Yes, we did, to answer your question. John just received a wage increase as a result of his promotion. We chose to move into a cottage because of this.
That's good for you, I suppose.
Yes, of course. 2 years in a row, our neighborhood has received the top security rating. Despite the fact that we are not in the city's core, a gym was constructed specifically for the locals. Additionally, I take my dog for walks along this lovely river, which is 4 miles from my house. By the way, our neighborhood is called Light Tower. You must have heard about it, I suppose.
Hold on a second.
You must be becoming envious and enraged right now, hee hee. The good news is that you can visit me at a later time. I'll demonstrate what it means to be young and wealthy. I'll even let you sample a piece of the priciest cake our region has to offer. If you wish, we can go on a stroll with my dog and shoot some photos in that field of sunflowers.
No, I'm okay. I'm not interested in squandering my valuable time at your house.
Oh, forget it, Lisa. I don't believe I can still invite you around. Because it's possible that you won't even get in. I reside in a gated neighborhood. Paupers are not welcome here, according to the patrol crew.
Sorry? What's wrong with you?
I mean, everyone who lives in Light Tower is above the fray. After all, not everyone has the financial means to spend $100,000 on a home. Considering that, you should definitely only visit this location if you're seeking for a janitorial career. You know, the majority of our visitors are either famous people or wealthy business people. As a result, as I previously stated, the patrol team would only let you in if you identified yourself as the gym's new cleaner.
You are neither a superstar nor a business tycoon in my eyes. You're nothing more than a house thief. Furthermore, janitors ought to be valued for their work. Though you don't.
Stop using your justifications. You loser, just accept your loss at this point. No matter what you say, I am the one who shares a beautiful villa with your ex-husband. You, on the other hand, have no concept what it's like to be in control of the world in the least.
I appreciate your continuing to cover my rent.
Why? What?
I'm glad to hear that things aren't that bad for you in my cottage. To think that my tenant is living a happy life at my home makes me ecstatic. Furthermore, you and John already lend me $20,000 a month. Nothing warrants a protest from me. Naomi, aren't you thinking?
Hold on a second. By your house, what do you mean?
I ought to have recognized that you two are my renters sooner. To be honest, I was a little hesitant to rent my house to a couple with the same names as you and John. But now, everything is obvious. How oddly coincidental. Am I correct?
Your residence? Right now, this is just too much for my head to handle. What are you referring to? Do you have a mental illness or something?
First, try to relax. I can walk you through everything. The villa that you keep bragging about is actually mine. I appreciate you taking care of the rent because of this. If it weren't for you people, I wouldn't have been able to stop my homelessness.
Pardon? There is no way in the universe that you could ever purchase a cottage. Here, only the homeowner association dues are outrageous. John, for example, spends more than $20,000 per month only on rent. In other words, you have nothing in common with this cottage. What you just said will never be believed by me.
Yes, you are free to accept or reject my claims. You have the choice. I'm merely speaking the truth to you.
If you can, persuade me. If not, you'd better maintain your quiet and flee.
To put it plainly for you, one of my friends is a very wealthy woman. She died, and I was left with this cottage.
Is all of this real? After her death, you were given ownership of this cottage.
Yeah. When I had nowhere else to go, I remained at her house. She was kind enough to provide me a free place to stay while I looked for work. I completed all of the housework in return. Anyhow, throughout the years, our connection grew to be really tight.
So you're claiming she signed the title to this property with your name on it?
Yes, in the end. That's how things actually worked out.
I mean, I was the only girl and the youngest of all the homeless individuals there. With that stated, this kind woman assured me not to worry. She will investigate her options for me. She referred me to my present company, where I started making savings as soon as I started working there. Then one day I received a call from the hospital informing me that she had collapsed.
When I heard the news, I ran there right away, and I was informed that going forward, she needs to be looked after around the clock. Of course, I stepped into that position and started taking care of her.
Seriously?
She does, after all, have a son. But he's always traveling for work and is quite busy. It would be a huge favor for the lady's family, they continued, if I could move in with her. After a few years had passed, her son and I were by her side as she expired. She said in her will that Naomi is a strong young woman. For the rest of her life, all I desire for her is happiness. Additionally, she had already taken care of asset division.
You got the cottage, honestly, she willed it? Even so, it's pricey, millions of dollars. Do you realize this?
Yeah, I suppose it's only natural that I initially declined her offer. But her son pushed for me to accept it since I deserved it. He expressed to me how much he valued my care for his mother throughout the years. That his mother gave him this home as an expression of thanks. He continued by saying that since he is the owner of other properties, taking this one won't make much of a difference to him.
This can't be real, can it? Is the woman a real estate agent or what? Considering how kind even her son is to you. If he's ready to give you a whole house as a present, he must be sitting on a gold mine. In fact, you could definitely look up his name online.
I am aware of how radically different we are. And never in my life have I envied his possessions or position. It's none of my business how much money he has. I simply know that they are to blame for the life I currently enjoy. If that kind woman hadn't helped me out back then, I suppose I wouldn't be standing here in front of you now. Anyway, I'm now rather busy with property management and upkeep. You'd be surprised at how much time and effort are needed. However, the monthly money I receive from rent alone is more than enough for me to live comfortably. I am thus no longer struggling financially.
What is going on? This is not possible. Keep in mind that there are no free meals in this world. Only the crumbs from the rich man's table are permitted, and that would be me. You're simply bluffing, to be honest, aren't you? You are not a showboat, at least not to me. Nevertheless, if doing so helps you feel better about yourself, go ahead. You really are just a beggar. I mean, a beggar will never stop being a beggar. Beggars lack the ability and authority to overturn their predetermined course in life. Do you know how long it took me to live in a cottage like this, which is more significant? You're telling me that it belongs to you, right? Do you believe that anything here makes sense? I almost bought it, therefore you must be a fantastic storyteller.
Exactly, whatever. Now I have to leave. I have other things to do, like eating pricey cakes and getting your nails done. You may still have a blast in my cottage, too. I've been tortured by you and John in the past, but I'm making money now. Thus, I don't mind.
First of all, this is completely unjust. You're just a depressed outcast. Nothing you told me will ever be true. Furthermore, I'm not done yet. Right now, you're being quite disrespectful. Before you go like that, let me finish my sentences.
Then, what else do you need? I've already given you all the information you require. Furthermore, nothing suggests that the rest of your life is likely to become worse. You and your husband's situation won't alter at all.
Show that you are the true owner of the property. Otherwise, all I can see in you is a crazy and a liar. That means you should give us a free lease on this home. Please stop billing us for living here. Actually, we're not as well off as you might imagine. However, I'm guessing that you wouldn't be able to do this. Please consider our friendship before responding to my query. It will be a terrific bargain for you as well, I swear to God.
Yes, that is feasible. The fact that it isn't happening is the only issue. I'm not illiterate. I also don't practice philanthropy. I detest scumbags like you two in particular. What do I get from it, too? I have no thoughts. So disregard it. Please don't make me regret letting you rent my home. Please note that I reserve the right to evict any tenant at any time.
However, you'll help your best buddy, me. I mean, you're loaded, why can't you assist me? Just let the past be the past moving forward.
Please excuse me.
You owning a home is still something I question. Therefore, if you want to establish your credibility, cease billing John and I for rent. How do you feel about my recommendation? We're the best of friends, right?
Sincerely, I'm shocked right now by your lack of shame. Seriously, however, I feel foolish for once having been friends with someone like you.
Of course, anything. Simply put, I've been ruminating for a while now about how costly rent is. I will grant that the amenities and views are decent. But even so, $20,000 a month is just too much. However, I do now get why that is the case. You could only provide food for yourself in this way. Am I accurate?
Do you mind?
Let us live here for free if you don't want the whole neighborhood to hear tales about you. Give us 50% discount at the very least, I suppose, hee. If you don't, I'll tell everyone in the neighborhood that you are nothing more than a. You don't want to witness that, do you?
I don't see why the rent is currently significantly less than market value. Are you blind? Having stated that, despite that circumstance, I truly can't make it much cheaper for you.
By that incident, what do you mean? What occasion are you referring to? Why, when you initially moved in, didn't you hear from John?
That cabin was the scene of a horrible occurrence. The rent is $30 less than market value as a result.
Are you serious, at this very moment? Why didn't anyone tell me about it? I have no notion what this terrible incident is. So what particularly is it? What, is this a joke?
Not at all, I assure you. The last resident of that cottage passed away. Because of this, someone may rent the entire building and have access to all of the amenities for only $20,000 per month.
There is no way that this is real. Even then, $20,000 a month is not the same as $6,000 or $7,000.
In any case, John, your spouse, is aware of all I just stated. He also executed a contract. If you don't believe me, check the document again. His signature should be there. Just the landlord, I am. So I advise you to talk to John about any issues or objections you may have.
Lisa, I can't believe you told Naomi the truth about the mansion I rented from you. You had no right to do that. Now she knows it's not my house, and she's furious.
John, calm down. I didn't lie to Naomi, I simply told her the truth. It's not my fault if you've been leading her to believe it's your own house all along.
Are you kidding me? You know very well why I did that. I wanted to impress her, to make her think I'm more successful than I am. And you just had to ruin it.
John, living in a lie is not the solution. I understand you wanted to make a good impression, but pretending to own a house that isn't yours is not the right way to build a relationship. Honesty should be the foundation.
Oh, spare me your lectures on honesty, Lisa. You think you're so perfect, but you live in your own fake reality every day. You can't be happy with the truth, can you?
That's not fair, John. Just because I don't agree with your dishonesty doesn't mean I'm living in a fake reality. I strive to be honest with myself and others. It's about integrity and being true to who we are.
Well, maybe if you weren't so focused on being true all the time, you'd understand what it's like to want something more, to strive for a better life. But no, you'd rather live in your little bubble of righteousness.
It's not about being true all the time, John. It's about finding happiness and fulfillment in genuine experiences and connections. Living a lie may give you temporary satisfaction, but it will never bring you lasting happiness.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll never be happy if I keep living in this facade. But at least I'm willing to take risks and go after what I want, even if it means bending the truth a little. I'd rather have a taste of happiness than live in your dull, self-righteous world.
It's not about being dull or self-righteous, John. It's about being authentic and building genuine connections based on trust. I hope one day you realize that true happiness comes from being true to yourself and those around you.
We'll see, Lisa. But don't expect me to follow your path of constant truth-telling. I'll find my own way, even if it means making some mistakes along the way.
He then tried to contact Naomi, but she didn't answer his phone or accept his apology. All Naomi wants is money and luxury mansions, but John doesn't. She has to find a new lover to replace John. And after 3 years of trying, I worked as a manager at a famous hotel to learn for my villa. I found my happiness in one seminar. This is a happiness that John himself cannot have. He is still alone looking for someone like Naomi, but then they also abandoned him.
Hey Ivy. We need to talk. There is something really important.
Why you're so serious? Oki, tell me what's wrong.
I'll get straight to the point. I want a divorce.
What? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? To be honest, it doesn't sound like there's much to talk about. It seems like you've made up your mind already.
I really didn't expect you to respond so fast. Aren't you supposed to be working? I mean, I knew your job isn't all that hard, but I don't know you have a lot of free time to sit around on your phone. I guess you're not exactly suited for anything more difficult. But it's still a job. You should be taking it more seriously instead of being on your phone all the time.
Wait a second. I think I'm a little lost. Where is all this coming from? You just all of a sudden announced that you want to get a divorce. I think that would have caught anyone off guard. And then you add insult to injury by attacking my job? Do you even have any idea what I actually do? I'm actually really busy today. I just happened to see the notification from your text pop up on my phone. Well, I felt like my husband wanting a divorce was a good reason to stop what I was doing and respond. Do you have any more questions or insults at my job? Or can we go back to talking about the whole divorce thing?
Okay. I didn't know you get so defensive about your job. It's exactly this attitude that has ruined our marriage. And it is the biggest reason I want you out of my life altogether. This is a serious conversation. You can't just ignore me. Don't you have anything to say?
You know what? If a divorce is what you really want, then that's fine by me. Our marriage has been falling apart for a long time. It doesn't really make a difference to my life at this point. Honestly, I had a feeling it would come down to this sooner or later.
What? You're not upset at all. I'm your husband and you're just gonna shrug off a divorce like it's not a big deal? You should know you won't be able to survive without me. Don't act like this will have no effect on you.
I think I'll get along. It's just fine. I work hard to make my own money. It's not like I'm a housewife that's entirely dependent on you.
That's not exactly the truth though. I know you have a job. But it doesn't really pay enough for you to live on your own.
Are you sure about that? Maybe I don't make as much as you do.
Stop it. There's no point in arguing about this. I want a divorce and your lifestyle is gonna take a hit for it. Just admit it.
You make around $60,000 a year, right?
About that, yeah. I doubt that if you can earn that much however hard you try.
Right, it's a good salary for early in your career. But it's not that much. I'm currently making around $50,000 a year. I think that's okay for me though.
What? Come on, Ivy. Don't try and lie to me.
I'm not lying, but your surprise says a lot about how much you paid attention to me in our marriage. Anyway, I'm not worried about making it all my own. I may not exactly get to live in luxury, but it'll be more than enough to get by well.
But you'll still have to make some sacrifices.
You're probably right, but that's okay too. Anyway, if you're done trying and failing to make me feel worthless, did you have anything else to say about a divorce? We absolutely need to discuss that. But I can't really talk much during work. I've been away long enough. I'll see you at home later. Let's talk more then. That way we'll be able to get everything out in the open at once. Or is there something urgent that needs to be taken care of at this minute?
Just stop. There's nothing to talk about. I want a divorce. And I want you to go away. You have until the end of today to get out of the house, got it?
You want me out today?
Yes, today.
Don't even try argue it beforehand?
It's funny, Ivy. You were so smug about your $50K just a minute ago. So you shouldn't have a problem getting out of my house by the end of the day. You have more than enough money, right? Just get your stuff and get out. I don't want to see your face any more minute.
I think I know what's happening. There's something else going on here? Isn't there something that means you need me out of the way as soon as possible?
Look, you're grasping at straws here. Not feeling so strong now? What happened to all your confidence? In all seriousness, I'm sorry for the trouble. But you really do need to leave immediately. I'm getting married again and I need you out so that my new wife can move in.
Yeah, here it is. This is a real problem, right? So who's lying now? I don't know what reality you think you're living in. But that's just not happening. Just tell your imaginary girlfriend to pick a different day to move in.
Imaginary? Have you really not figured it out yet?
Figured out what?
I want a divorce because I'm in love with someone else. She just told me she's pregnant this morning and I want to do the right thing, to put it frankly. You are in the way of our happiness. So like I said, I need you out immediately.
Well, thank you for telling me now. I understand the situation.
What? Just like that? You don't have anything else to say?
Well, just that today is simply not possible. You're gonna have to wait until I find somewhere else to move. I'll move as soon as I can. But it could be a few weeks.
No, absolutely not. You'll be out of my house and out of my life today. Today. Don't you get it? You should consider it punishment for being so arrogant and condescending all the time. This is the last time I'll say it. You need to be out of my house now.
So that we're clear and everything is on the table. You do understand the position that you're in, right?
What is that supposed to mean? The only thing that needs to be understood is that I am still your husband. You'll do as I say.
Ethan, it doesn't really work like that. I'm not sure what your plan was, but you just exposed your own infidelity to your wife. You called me arrogant, but I think you need to do a little self-reflection and punishment. Let's talk about punishment. Let's talk about what's to happen to you now that you've decided to impregnate some random woman and kick your faithful wife out.
Excuse me? What exactly is that supposed to mean? Do you think that you somehow have the right to talk back to me like that? There is no evidence whatsoever that I had an affair. But there was plenty that you have been a terrible wife.
No, that's not true at all. I have plenty of evidence of your affair.
What? No, that's not possible. You're just bluffing.
Listen, Ethan. You literally just confessed to your affair in your texts. I just need to take this to a judge. So they'll be able to decide for themselves which of us is a lousy person.
You're so full of it. Texts and messages don't prove anything. There's something else that you think gives you the confidence. You're acting too smug. What is going on? You already knew, right? How long have you known that I've been seeing Lisa?
Are you really that silly? I know about her because you just told me. Thank you for volunteering her name, by the way. I'm glad I didn't even have to ask for it. That makes things easier.
Wait a second. No, that's not her name. It's just a nickname I give to her.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I've known for the past 2 years that you were seeing someone. It started about the time I started working from home, am I right?
What? How did you know that?
There's no point in getting defensive or embarrassed now. Now that it's all out there. All that matters is what happens next. I'll go straight to the point. You don't want to spend months of your life in court, right? So then we'll need to come to an agreement about alimony.
Alimony? But why you just went on and on about how you make enough to live on your own?
I do make enough, but I'm not the one that uprooted both their lives because I couldn't keep it in my pants. I'm willing to agree to a lump sum of $45,000 from you.
What? Are you being serious? 45,000? Are you insane?
I had a feeling that's what you would say. So I guess I'll see you in court. No, it's not happening. You will be gone by the end of the day if I have to throw your stuff out of my house. Since it's your fault that I have to move in the first place, it's only fair that you agree to this. I'm not going to live on the streets just because you couldn't keep it in your pants. I have no problem with the divorce, but finding a new apartment takes time. You can afford to agree to few weeks. It's not like the baby will be born tomorrow. In case you can't swallow your pride and agree to give me time to find a new place to live, I will make your life miserable. You think $45,000 is a lot. Let me know by 5 p.m. how you decide.
Why by 5 p.m.?
Because that's when the banks close. Remember the 45,000 we just talked about?
You want that today?
Of course. You want all this done as quickly as possible, right? That's why you're trying to kick me out by the end of the day. Oh, actually, I guess you could always wire the money to me rather than taking it out in cash. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Once that's paid, we'll need to talk about division of property and assets.
What? You even want more?
I want what's fair, and I'm perfectly content to either negotiate with you directly or handle it through the courts. So how do you want to play this? It's your call. And your girlfriend works at the same company as you, right? Since she's pregnant, the sooner we make a clean break from each other the better. Don't you think people are gonna start wondering about your relationship soon?
All right. That's fine. Let's just settle this. How much do you think is fair?
Well, I'll take my car and you can keep yours, but I'm also entitled to half the house as well as what we've got in the bank.
What? You're gonna ruin me.
You've ruined yourself. You can buy out my half of the house for $300,000. Plus, $50,000 from savings and $45,000 in alimony. In total, $395,000. Not too bad, if I do say so. Didn't you hear that I have a child on the way? Well, let's make it an even $400,000 if you want to be difficult. Or we can go to court. I bet I get even more if we take it to court. You'll end up with my attorney fees as well.
Fine. I'll wire it to you, but then we're done with that money. There has to be some way that you can be out of the house by tonight.
All right, you're smart. I'll call some friends to see if I can stay somewhere while I find a new apartment. It shouldn't be a problem. I'll take the rest of the afternoon off from work so I can start packing. I'll have all my things packed and out of the house before dinner.
Wow, you really do that fast.
Are you surprised? I've known this day is coming for the past 2 years. And I prepared for it. I couldn't predict exactly when it would happen, but I had no doubt that it would happen eventually. Obviously, I didn't know she would be pregnant, but still now that it's finally here. This will all be over soon. Unless you have anything else to talk about, I'll see you later this evening. What's that? Hey Ethan. Stop ignoring me.
What? Why are you talking with me like that?
It really took you so long. You need to reply faster.
Okay, what do you want?
Are you ready to send me the last $45,000? You owe me that amount.
What? I don't owe you anything.
What are you talking about? You still owe me $45,000 in our agreement last month. You bought out my half of the house and gave me half of the savings, but you still owe $45,000. I mean $45,000 for the alimony. I haven't received it yet.
I did send you the money. I wired you all the money that you demanded. That should be enough to call it even. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
I'm sorry. We agreed on $395,000 and I've only received $350,000. You still owe me $45,000.
What do you mean? You only received $350K? That is a lot of money. I don't think you're so greedy.
I agree it is a lot of money, but it's not the amount that we agreed on. Let me guess. You blew through the money so you could claim you don't have it. Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't have any evidence what happened. Frankly, I didn't care. The only thing that matters to me is that you pay it. If you like, I can contact your girlfriend and ask her to help you.
No, stop it. You have no business talking to her. This is between you and me.
You're getting awfully defensive about me talking to her. Is there something that you don't want me to say to her? If you don't want me talking to her and you refuse to pay the rest, I guess it's time to take the situation to attorneys.
Just be reasonable. We can settle this ourselves.
I don't think we can, and I'm tired of arguing with you about it.
Okay, fine. I will wire you now. Just step out of my life. Make sure you never contact me again.
Well, that's easy to threaten Ethan with the attorney. Now I get all the money I need. I have prepared for this situation, so I have no surprise about his girlfriend. At least, he's quite generous and give all the money due to out agreement. We haven't eaten and slept together for a long time. It's been nearly a divorce. but now I'm happy that I get out of that boring marriage. I'm rich and free now. It's so wonderful.
Hey Adela, did you hear anything? Your sister just won first prize in school painting. This is a hot news of the school. Veronica just received an award.
Really? Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it?
Why do you say that? I think it's good news.
I'm a bit confused, to be honest. Veronica can't really draw that well, so I don't understand how she won the top prize.
Really? Maybe the judges saw something special or unique in your cousin's artwork that others didn't. After all, art is subjective, and everyone has their own style.
Maybe? She dislikes painting a lot, so this is very strange. I wondered when she started to take an interest in painting.
Oh, come on! Maybe there were other criteria that the judges considered. It could also be that your cousin put in a lot of effort and hard work into the painting.
You could be right. Whatever the reason, I'm happy for my cousin. Winning the top prize is a big achievement, and I'm proud of my cousin.
That's great to hear, Adela. Sometimes, things happen that we can't explain, but we just have to be happy for those who succeed. Your cousin's success is worth celebrating, regardless of the reasons behind it.
You're right, Jeremy. I should focus on being happy for my cousin and supporting my cousin's passion for art. Who knows, maybe someday my cousin will be a great artist.
That's the spirit, Adela. Congratulate Veronica once again from my side, and let's hang out soon to celebrate.
Mom, did you hear that Veronica got the top prize at school?
That's amazing, Adela. Congratulations to Veronica. What was the prize for?
She won first prize in painting at school.
Wow, that is fantastic news.
That's right, Mom. I find it a bit strange. Veronica doesn't like to draw, you can say hate painting. Suddenly, she fell in love with painting and won the top prize in a short time. I feel so strange.
I don't care. I just wanted to ask you a question concerning marriage. Auntie's so happy right now, she just shared this with me.
Yeah, Mom.
Did you enjoy painting at school today?
Yeah. I'm so happy. Today, I was guided by the teacher and saw many beautiful pictures of him.
You already do, my sweetheart. I am always proud of you and your achievements. You just have to work hard and believe in yourself.
Thanks, Mom.
That's my girl. Keep up the hard work and you will go places. Now, I have to join Veronica's congratulatory party. Do you want to come along?
No, I think I'll stay at home to practice today.
Okay, bye Adela.
Bye, Mom. Love you.
Love you. Sweetheart, we need to talk. I have something to tell you, and it's not easy for me and you.
What's going on? You're scaring me.
I found out that Veronica stole your painting to receive the first prize at the school. It was all recorded by CCTV.
No way. That can't be true. Veronica wouldn't steal my painting. This must be a mistake.
I'm afraid it's not a mistake, Adela. I have the evidence right here. Yesterday, my mother attended the party and saw that Veronica's painting was quite similar to my son's picture, which I can't be sure. So right after that I went back home to look for it, but it was no longer at home. I opened CCTV and detected this. And that's why I'm hesitant to tell you. I know how much your painting means to you.
How could she do that? And how could you hesitate to tell me this? I feel deceived.
I'm sorry, Adela. I didn't want to hurt you. But now that you know the truth, we need to figure out how to solve this.
Yes, we do. She can't get away with this. What are our options?
I think we should talk to the school and the judges. Show them the evidence and explain what happened. They might disqualify Veronica and give you the first prize.
That seems fair. But what about Veronica? Won't she get into trouble?
I'm afraid so, Adela. But stealing is wrong, and she needs to learn that lesson.
I don't know. I feel conflicted. I want justice. But I don't want to ruin someone's life because of a mistake.
It's not just a mistake, Adela. I think we need to talk to Veronica to ask about this and need her explanation.
I guess you're right.
Let's talk together. I will support your decision.
Thanks for telling me the truth, Mom.
Anytime, Adela. I'm here for you.
Jeremy, I need to talk to you about something.
What's up, Adela?
You know that painting I worked so hard on for the art competition the next time?
Yeah, I remember it. What about it?
Veronica stole it to win the competition. I can't believe it.
What? Veronica did that? That's messed up. She knew how much that painting meant to you. This is so dumb.
I'm so upset right now. I don't even know what to do.
I'm sorry, Adela. That's a rough situation.
I can't even imagine what went through her head. I worked so hard on that painting, and now she gets all the credit.
I know it's not fair, Adela. But you have to remember that you created something amazing. Her actions don't take that away from you.
That's true. But it still hurts.
I understand. Maybe it would help if you talked to her and found out her motives behind what she did. Perhaps there's a reason behind her actions.
I don't know if I'm ready to talk to her just yet.
That's okay, Adela. When you're ready, I'm sure you'll find a way to talk to her.
Thank you, Jeremy. That means a lot to me.
It's okay, Adela. It'll be fine.
Veronica! Did you take my painting and use it for the school competition?
What are you talking about, Adela? I didn't take your painting. The artwork I submitted was completely my own creation.
Are you sure about that? Because I have some evidence that suggests otherwise.
What evidence?
These CCTV pictures show you taking my painting from the art room and leaving with it.
Oh my God. I didn't realize what I was doing at the time.
How could you do something like this, Veronica? You knew how much that painting meant to me.
I know, Adela. And I'm really sorry. I just wanted to win the competition so badly, and I thought that using your painting would give me a better chance.
That doesn't make it right, Veronica.
I know. And I promise that I will make it right. I will withdraw the painting from the competition and return the prize to the school. I'll also make a statement to the school admitting what I did and apologizing for it.
I appreciate that, Veronica. But this isn't just about winning the competition. You have to understand that this is about my hard work and my feelings being respected.
I understand, Adela. And I'm sorry for what I did. I hope you can forgive me. And please don't tell anyone else about this. I don't want my family or the school to find out.
I'll think about it, Veronica. But you need to understand that you can't just get away with something like this without consequences.
I know. And I'm willing to face whatever consequences come my way. I just hope that we can move past this and remain friends.
We'll see, Veronica. I will watching you.
A few days later, Veronica asked my auntie to move to the south of the city. After that, we talked less. This is a lesson and also a secret between me and Veronica.
Honey, guess who I ran into today?
Who? Donald Trump?
Funny, but no. It's Olivia.
Are you free this week, Olivia Rodrigo?
No, your ex-girlfriend, Olivia.
Oh, do you two know each other?
Yes, she happens to be my cousin Peter's new girlfriend.
Maybe watch some movies? But how did you know she was my ex-girlfriend? That's really sweet.
Well, she saw the picture of you with my big family that Peter sent to her. And she recognized you. Today she asked me about us.
What? I'm really excited about.
She asked if she could come to our wedding.
What? Yeah, me too.
Her boyfriend must have told her, I guess. She knew we're engaged and we're gonna get married soon.
Wow, I didn't expect that. So what did you answer? Hey Vanessa, can we talk for a bit?
Well, it was quite hard to refuse, so I told her she could come. She said she's gonna sing a song in our wedding, as my future cousin-in-law.
Cousin-in-law? Is she insane?
I know, but I already said she could come. Now I don't know what to do.
Of course you need to contact and tell her she can't come to our wedding.
Why do I have to do that? Are you uncomfortable to see her in our wedding? Why?
What do you mean later? We've been together for 2 years.
So what? If you don't have any feeling for her, you should feel okay about seeing her in our wedding.
Even if I don't have any feeling for her, it's still awkward for me to see her again, especially in our wedding. Are you not interested in getting married?
Obviously I'm not okay, but you should be okay if you have no feeling for her.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable if your ex-boyfriend come to your wedding?
Right. But what should I do now? She could be my future cousin-in-law. If Peter wants to invite her, I think I can't refuse him.
They really like you and it was nice to spend some time with them.
But I already said I'm okay with it. Besides, if she becomes my cousin-in-law, we will surely have to meet her a lot in the future. I'm quite close to Peter. He's like my big brother.
Okay, here's the thing. But I just wish you would have been more upfront with me. It's not fair to avoid the topic altogether. Second, if we have to meet her in the future in a different situation, I think we can handle it. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. But a wedding is a completely different occasion. We should spend more time with. My parents want to meet you for lunch this weekend. We should be totally comfortable with our beloved ones.
You're right. I should have thought about it more carefully. I'm sorry, honey.
What do you mean? You shouldn't be sorry about it, babe. Why don't you want to meet them? I should be the one to contact her. But I tried to force you to do it instead. Meeting my parents is important for our future together. I want to see if they like you and if you like them. Don't worry. Hello? It's about building a future together.
Yes. Who's this?
It's James Parker.
James. It's been forever since we last talked, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's been ages since we broke up. I can't believe you're acting like this, Vanessa.
Yeah. I'm really surprised that you're dating my boyfriend's cousin, James. How awesome is that, isn't it?
Really? It's about our families too. I want us to be able to spend time with them and have them be a part of our lives.
Whatever, it's the same thing to me. You two aren't married yet, so it's still dating. But I knew that our fate hasn't ended yet. We were destined to meet again. And you're really talking to me right now. Isn't it so awesome?
That's not true, Vanessa. You didn't remember how we broke up? You cheated on me.
Oh, are you not still over it? Do you still have feeling for me?
No! Are you crazy? We broke up a long time ago. I'm engaged.
Oh, I don't mind. You can still be engaged. I can be your mistress, as well as your little cousin-in-law.
Maybe we need to reevaluate our relationship. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? It's been bothering me all week. Are you trying to turn me into a cheater like you?
What's the problem with that? If you and I are in love with each other?
What? I don't have any feeling for you. I love Alice, and I'm gonna marry her soon.
Don't try to fool yourself. I know you can't live without me, James. Isn't that why you're texting me?
Are you sure there isn't something else you're not telling me? I'm texting you because I want to ask you a favor for the first and last time. And this is also because I love Alice. That doesn't sound like my mother. I don't want you to ruin my happiest moments with Alice.
Is that what you really want? What if I say no? I'm your cousin-in-law's girlfriend. I can go to the wedding if I want to.
I don't understand why they would say something like, you don't deserve him.
Who the hell do you think you are? I can date anyone and do whatever I want.
You have no choice, Olivia. Just do what I said or I will tell Peter the truth about you and our past relationship.
Oh, do you dare? Ha ha ha.
We can work through the space? What kind of space? And I can't let Peter love the wrong person. I really like him. So if you at least want to keep a bit of dignity, just do as I just said.
Later, Olivia and Peter broke up, and Olivia didn't show up in James and Alice's wedding. James and Alice had the best moments together with their beloved ones. Happy marriage to the two lovebirds.
Josephine, are you there?
Amy, it's me. What's up?
I'm very sad. Can you talk to me now? I need your advice.
I'm always available to hear your story. You can tell me if you want.
Josephine. You know, I just got married.
I know because I attended your wedding. It was beautiful and splendid. Share your love because you and the groom seemed so happy.
Josephine, I used to think the same thing, that I'd be truly happy with Dunn, but no.
What happened to you, Amy? You make me extremely nervous.
Dunn and I had a lovely wedding with everyone testifying. After the wedding, we all went to Dubai for a wonderful honeymoon. I met Dunn's ex here, and we shared a hotel.
Lena? Why is she there?
I was quite surprised. We greeted each other as a politeness.
Perhaps it's a coincidence, Amy.
At first, I thought so, Josephine. But no, listen to me when I say this. We decided to hold it at a fancy restaurant on the first night. I've prepared a beautiful dress for myself. I thought myself to be the most special person in the restaurant that night. Are you still there, Josephine?
Yes, I'm still listening to you.
At 1900 hours, we arrived at the restaurant, which had a very romantic atmosphere with sparkling candlelight. We enjoy food while listening to music. So, at 8 p.m., Dunn received a phone call and he stated that he needed to go to the hotel room to send important documents to the customer and that he would return shortly.
Why are documents being sent at this time?
Well, I think that's also important. I had faith in him to wait until 11 p.m.
Did you have to wait 3 hours? Why don't you contact him?
Of course, I dialed Dunn's number, but he didn't answer.
What did you do? Amy. So, something bad happened?
Then I returned to my hotel room. Josephine. You know what I saw, the worst thing happened.
Amy, what exactly is it? Did Dunn make a mistake?
Lena was there, and they were kissing right in the room I had decorated and prepared.
Oh my God, really?
I have heard their entire story. Lena's presence here is not a coincidence, it is planned.
Amy, are you okay? What do you do with them? They are deserving of punishment.
No, I escaped. I'm frail.
I understand how much of a shock it was for you.
Josephine, I'm not feeling well right now. But, what should I do? We recently married. Dunn is very special to my parents. They had high hopes for our wedding.
What are your thoughts, Amy?
Now I want a divorce. I don't want to live with someone who cheats on me, but I'm afraid my parents and relatives will be upset. Josephine, what should I do?
Actually, after hearing you, I was taken aback. I had previously suspected Dunn and Lena of being untrustworthy, but I had complete faith in what was done to show love to you and your family. But in this case, Amy, rational is required.
Josephine, just say what you think. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Perhaps this will surprise and disappoint everyone. But, Amy, I don't think anyone will blame you. Your parents are only interested in seeing you happy. But are you happy now?
I don't want to be here for another second.
Yes, Amy, you should get away from there and then return to us. Family, and we are always with you. As for the other two bad guys, Dunn and Lena, you need to meet and talk frankly with each other so that everyone knows their true faces.
But I'm afraid.
What are you afraid of, Amy?
I'm afraid I'm not going to win against those two, not even the criticism. Because my parents are Asian. They have Oriental characteristics.
No, you shouldn't think so. You are correct in this story, and your parents will undoubtedly support you. They are the ones who are wrong. I think you should leave him immediately because he does not deserve you. Are you still there, Amy?
It's me, Josephine. I'm thinking things through, and you're right, why I'm scared, when those two are doing it wrong. Now I'm going to text and break up with Dunn. I'll book a return flight tomorrow, and there will be a family gathering on both sides. This will be clarified. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me and give me advice, Josephine.
No, we're friends. I'll be waiting for you when you return.
Are you there, Dunn?
I'm here. Bae.
I wanna talk to you. Done.
What's the matter with your serious tone?
Stop, done. Stop pretending like that. I texted you as well to let you know that I am already aware of everything. What have you and Lena been up to behind my back?
Amy, what are you talking about?
What did you do last night when you returned to your room until almost 12 o'clock before returning to the restaurant? Do you know that I sat there like a fool waiting for you?
I also told you that I needed to send the application to the client right away, and that it had some issues, so it was so late.
Don, I saw you and Lena in our room and heard the whole story about you two.
Amy. You listen to what I'm explaining.
Explain? You want me to be an idiot once more. You and she have planned the entire trip of this time.
Amy, you misunderstood Lena and me. Listen to what I'm explaining.
Misunderstanding. I'm not interested in your explanation. I'm texting you to let you know we're finished for now, and you can come to Lena and enjoy your honeymoon together as you've planned. And I'll be returning home.
Are you worried about your family, Amy? They really like me.
Are you revealing yourself now, Dunn?
Of course, if you already know everything, I don't need to act.
It's ugly, but I'll show the world your true face.
I don't think you can do it, Amy. You should keep quiet.
You underestimated me, Dunn. I'll see you in 2 days.
What are you going to do in the next 2 days?
There will be a meeting, I will tell everyone, and we will officially divorce. And now you and me are finished.
Amy,